Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Good afternoon. We begin with breaking news just in from Grand Rapids, where the officer who shot and killed Patrick Lyoya has just been identified. Moments ago, the Grand Rapids police chief revealing the officer as Christopher Schur, who right now is on administrative leave and has been stripped of his police powers pending the result of a Michigan State police investigation. Now, previously, the police chief had said the officer's name would only be released if he was charged, which has not happened yet and will be up to the Kent County Prosecutor's Office. Make sure to stay with Local 4. Much more on this breaking news development ahead on Local 4 News at 5. Sterling Heights Police investigating this afternoon. A heartbreaking family tragedy was discovered after a call to 911. The call came from a home on the 14,000 block of Bangor. Police tell us an 87-year-old man who lived there called police and said he had shot his wife. Officers rushed to the house, took safety precautions, and then went inside and found that man and his 86-year-old wife both dead from gunshots. Investigators are looking for answers and why this happened. We'll have a live update on Local 4 News at 5. We are following a stranger danger alert that's going on right now in Clawson, trying to make sure that families know to be on guard. Children say they were first approached by a suspicious man on Saturday over at Baker Center Playground. Now, when the man walked up to a 6-year-old and also a 12-year-old, they jumped a fence and ran away. Now, same day, a man followed an 11-year-old boy over at Shalom Elementary, and that child ran to an adult. The children gave the same description of a man, saying he was driving a white or a gray SUV. Tonight at 6, we're going to take a look at what parents can tell their children about these incidents and the best practices to stay safe. The pandemic brought some drastic change to Michigan classrooms, and now Governor Whitmer is pushing for investments to help students manage their mental health. Today, Whitmer sat down with students, parents, and mental health professionals in Pontiac to advocate for more resources. The governor's 2023 school aid fund budget recommendation would invest $361 million for school-based mental health services.
Well, there's no question. It is real. We always have this tendency to say kids are resilient, and they are. But our kids have been through a lot, just like every one of us has. And recognizing to get our kids back on track, we've got to meet their needs. And it's their physical needs, hunger, or it is their mental health needs. It is all equivalent.
Now, we are going to follow up in the governor's plans to boost student mental health when you join us at 5. And then at 6, we also got the chance to talk to the governor and get her first public comments on the verdicts in the trial of 4 men accused of trying to kidnap her. They were not convicted. We'll tell you what the governor is worried about now. The Greektown Casino Hotel is rolling the dice on a big name change. You can see it right here. It will be called the Hollywood Casino at Greektown. The change needs regulatory approvals, but should take place May 1st. The casino recently unveiled a $30 million renovation of its hotel lobby, cocktail bar, and guest rooms. The general manager says the rebranding will preserve the hotel's neighborhood charm with more national recognition. So make sure to watch for some red carpet parties coming up to celebrate the change in the next month. We weren't celebrating much as we were dodging raindrops this afternoon. You can see the wet roads during the evening drive, possibly. Let's bring in Paul Gross for what we can expect.
Yeah, hey, Karen, and you know, we timed it perfectly with that beautiful warm weather over the weekend. I better not hear any complaints about it being too hot, but I mean, where we've been and where we're going to be this week, we're not going to complain. Anyhow, the big batch of rain came through. That's well off to the east. We just have some scattered, very light showers across the area right now, and those will be ending over the next few hours during the evening hours. And right now, temperatures have dropped into the 50s, and I say dropped because overnight we were in the 60s, and the wind is blowing generally at about 10 to 15 miles per hour at most of the reporting stations. So this evening, the temps will continue their drop. We'll be in the 40s by midnight, and by morning, some of you are going to be in the 30s, and those showers are going to be tapering off again as we move through the evening hours. We'll talk about the week ahead and some pretty chilly temps coming our way in just a few, Karen.
Thank you, Paul. There is some breaking news of a huge shakeup in the social media world. Tesla billionaire Elon Musk has reached a deal to buy Twitter for $44 billion. Now, there are details to be worked out, but when the deal is done, Twitter will become a private company. Musk said in a release that free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, and he considers Twitter the digital town square. That has some people wondering, what that means for people like former President Trump, who was banned for incitement of violence. Now, there are many questions about if or how Musk will run Twitter. We'll be keeping you up to date as those answers become a little more clear. United States has sent its highest profile delegation yet to show its support for Ukraine in its war against Russia's. America's Defense Secretary and the Secretary of State have met in person with Ukraine's President, Kimberly Gill, following the very latest. And Kim, the American officials did not show up empty-handed.
Karen, good afternoon. Yeah, the two men brought promises of more aid and more ammunition, but it might be some of the things they said that sent a message to Vladimir Putin and the rest of the world. While the show of support is important, things are increasingly desperate in the Ukrainian city of Mariupol. Ukraine's foreign minister is urging the United Nations to press Russia for the evacuation of the city. Russia has continued to target a massive steel plant where the last Ukrainian holdouts have taken refuge. Russia is also blasting railways and fuel facilities in eastern Ukraine, although it hasn't launched the huge ground offensive that the world expected. The U.S. is sending $165 million in ammunition and another $300 million in supplies. The Secretary of State made a bold prediction on the eventual outcome of this war. Listen.
We don't know how the rest of this war will unfold, but we do know that a sovereign, independent Ukraine will be around a lot longer than Vladimir Putin's on the scene. And our support for Ukraine going forward will continue. It will continue until we see final success.
One more show of support. The U.S. says American diplomats will soon return to Ukraine's capital of Kyiv. They were evacuated before the war began, but Ukraine prevented Russia from taking the capital. So, Karen, our coverage of the war continues when you join us, of course, for Local 4 News at 5. For now, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right. Thank you, Kim. Today, the Biden administration is expected to launch a new way to bring Ukrainian refugees to the U.S. People who want to come here would need sponsors who are often family members desperate to help. Paula Tutman is in Kigo Harbor this afternoon with one family as they try to get the process started, but they're running into some obstacles.
Liliana knows what it's like to flee her country because of war. She fled Ukraine 7 years ago. Her mother, Irina, fled in 2006. They landed in the United States in a refugee program that helped them reestablish their lives, but it wasn't easy.
It's like even now when you sleep in the night, you still see your house, you still see like your business. I used to study in the medical school, so my future is supposed to be like a doctor, you know. It's very hard because you come in for another country, you think that you know like English maybe like little bit, but you cannot speak, you cannot even understand.
And now they fight for the same hard road for their remaining family.
Мою родину, мою доньку з дітьми, з чоловіком привезти сюди.
Their friend Miroslava Stefanuk helps us with translations when needed.
I have very great hopes that the United States will help me to bring my whole family, my daughter and her husband and her family, to bring her here.
My name is Olha Ozdemir. I'm Irina's daughter.
Olga actually spoke to us today on FaceTime from Poland as she anxiously awaits for news of a successful application. Irina's daughter, Liliana's sister, Olga, her Turkish husband. Their two young children barely escaped Ukraine in February with their lives. The last thing they saw as they crossed the border into Poland were the many others also trying to escape with their lives.
And they just decided, all the family, and escaped immediately for leaving everything there, leaving house, leaving pets, everything, and just escape with two little kids in the car.
Today, there is hope that with the Biden administration's humanitarian parole program, there will be an expedited way to get Olga and her family here. Registration began today, in which Ukrainians with established families here can apply to sponsor their loved ones to enter the U.S. and have safe temporary protected legal status while working on getting a more permanent status. But even on the official website, it is a confusing web on how to even get started.
How to file.
And then when you add in emotion, governmental red tape, emotion, confusion over more governmental red tape on top of fear, emotion, and desperation, it becomes a rinse, wash, repeat approach. Yeah, and that's really not an uncommon scenario. You know what? It's not unusual at all to drive by and see a Ukrainian flag. That's because Michigan is home to some 50,000 Ukrainian Americans. Many of them will be trying to get their family members here to navigate this process and hopefully expedite getting their families here safely. Again, it just kicked off today, or it's supposed to kick off today, though even when we looked, we were not able to see anything that designated Ukrainians apply here for the protected status program. Karen?
Most definitely feeling for those families as they try to navigate that process. Thank you, Paula.